Hello everyone, welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. According to Metro.kuk, former President Donald Trump has accused Iran of firing bullets at a British cargo ship and a French vessel in the Strait of Hormuz yesterday, branding it a total violation of our ceasefire agreement. In a Truth Social post, Trump warned that he would no longer be Mr. Nice Guy with Iran and threatened to knock out every single power plant and every single bridge in the country if a deal is not made to end what he called the Iran killing machine. This comes after Iran had briefly announced the Strait would be completely open during the current ceasefire, only to close it again in retaliation for a U.S. blockade of its ports. Trump also mentioned that Vice President J.D. Vance would lead a U.S. delegation to Islamabad, Pakistan, for negotiations, emphasizing the potential economic losses for Iran due to the closed shipping lane. The earlier, short-lived prospect of reopening the Strait had provided some temporary relief to global oil prices and stock markets. A fragile truce between the U.S. and Iran is currently set to expire on April 22, with Israel and Lebanon also observing a separate ceasefire. Jinhuidnet reports that both Iran and the United States accused each other of breaching a ceasefire on Sunday, April 19. According to Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesman Esmail Baghaei, the U.S. imposed a blockade on Iran's ports and coastlines, which he condemned as an unlawful and criminal violation of the ceasefire. Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump, as conveyed by ABC News' Trisavichinage, Washington correspondent Jonathan Karl on X, stated that Iran had committed a serious violation of the ceasefire. NPR reports on escalating tensions between European NATO allies and the United States. European countries are actively working towards reopening the Strait of Hormuz, a critical international waterway. This initiative by the allies has drawn strong condemnation from former President Trump. The article highlights how these efforts are not only creating friction over the Strait of Hormuz itself, but are also raising significant questions about the long-term stability and future direction of the NATO alliance. This situation underscores growing disagreements between European nations and the U.S. on international security and regional cooperation, putting a strain on transatlantic relations. According to S.envoys, President Trump has announced that United States envoys are scheduled to arrive in Islamabad on Monday. The purpose of their visit is to engage in talks. This brief flash news update highlights an upcoming diplomatic event involving the U.S. and indicates potential discussions to be held in the Pakistani capital early next week. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.